now like to take a moment of silence. As we do that, I'd ask that you keep our first responders in mind, and also those members of our military that are serving, protecting our freedoms, as well as their families at this holiday season, and also keep the members of the City Council in mind as we make decisions that affect the city. Thank you. We'll now move on to the public comment portion of our meeting. This is an opportunity for residents or others to come up to the mic and share any thoughts or suggestions that they have. Please keep your comments to approximately 3 minutes. If you do come up to the mic, please state your name and your address. That's helpful for us. All right, seeing none, we'll move on to presentations and reports. We will not have the mayor's report tonight. We do have a special presentation for Craig Povey. He's a resident of Riverdale. He's also a member of the Bonneville Communities That Care coalition, and it's a coalition that we participate in. They help to prevent drug and alcohol abuse through the schools that feed into Bonneville. Craig also has served as the past community chair in that organization, and he had kind of a special role in a really successful event we had here a couple of months ago. We had our first 5K and half marathon for the Bonneville Communities That Care, and it was well received. We received a lot of praise about it. It's not an easy thing to pull off. It was actually his idea, and he was there from the get-go. Like, he rounded up all the other people. He found people that knew stuff about organizing races and got some top quality people. And even though there were some areas that we can improve, as you would expect on your first race, we got many compliments from people that have run many races and participated in those things. I think it's something that could grow. It's something that could almost be a tradition in our city. Our city played a big role in that. The police helped with it. The city provided some of the course for it, and it was a very successful event, and something that we were scheduled against. I think it was the Cache Valley Marathon that weekend too, and so maybe with a little tweak to the scheduling, I think the turnout would be even better. But I heard good feedback from several residents, and I saw people that weren't even residents that participated in it, and it helped to bring a lot of visibility to the coalition. So we have a special award for him tonight, if he wants to come up. This is a plaque. It's got the flyer from the marathon. It's also got one of the medals. He wasn't able to race that day because he started early in the morning, and he was there until the race was over. So that's a way for him to get a medal in the marathon. And anyway, we have that for you. We appreciate all you did to help with that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we have some handouts here just so you guys can see a couple of things, but just wanted to point out maybe two more things. One is we had 75 volunteers that helped, and a couple of city staff that I wanted to call out, Roger being one of them, that really helped us see through a few things, and then Rich from the recreation was very helpful. But it wasn't just a race, we had the race, but the whole idea was to bring attention to the issue of the opioid crisis. Utah being 7th in the nation now, and this area is actually one of the higher ones in the state of Utah. So we have our work cut out for you. These are just to show you that we had signs across the race pathway bringing people's attention that you don't always need opioids. You can use other things to recover from half marathons. So anyway, thank you all for your support, and this is way cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thanks. Just one other comment. Riverdale has our substance abuse court, and several of the volunteers were people that had previously had problems with substance abuse, and they're pretty passionate about it. And so they were out there at the check stations handing out water and kind of encouraging the runners on and stuff. And it was kind of funny because some of them weren't the traditional people you'd see helping at a race. I don't know how else to explain it, but you were kind of like, hey, what are you doing down there? But they were helping, handing out water and stuff.
Profiling?
No, they were fantastic, and I stayed at one of the check stations and talked to them for a minute, and it was really interesting. So, thanks again, Greg. All right, we'll move on to consent items now. The first one is consideration to approve the meeting minutes from our October 30th strategic planning meeting and our November 20th City Council work session and regular session. Is there any changes or corrections to be made to those?
I have a question.
All right.
Should we do those separate of
Do you want to do the consent items one at a time?
the other consent items? Yeah.
We can do. Let's do each one of them one at a time.
Yeah.
We used to do that back in the day. We just recently started doing all consent items. So, all right. So if there's no, we don't usually have this many consent items. So if there's no corrections or changes, we can have a motion on that.
Move to approve meeting minutes from the dates listed on the agenda.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Mr. Stevens got on there as well. So, okay.
He was so late, he was a nay. He was so late, he was a nay.
All right, we'll move on to consent item number 2. Consideration to approve the 2019 annual City Council calendar. Is there any questions or any problems with any of those dates? Okay. If not, we need a motion to approve that.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, looks like that passes unanimously. Our next item, number 3, consideration to approve Eagle Scout project for playground equipment. Mr. Douglas.
Thank you. We talked about this a little bit upstairs, and you have it in your packet. Thatcher's provided an opportunity to place some playground equipment. It's exercise equipment along the trail. He's done a tremendous amount of work, and our consideration to you would be whether, just the ongoing maintenance, the time to upkeep it. He has not asked for any materials or anything to be provided by the city. He's going to provide everything, but we would have the time for maintenance and inspections ongoing that the city would have to maintain it. So that's why it's before you tonight. If you have any questions, I'll try and answer them, or if you have a question for Thatcher, he's here as well.
Thatcher, why don't you come on up to the microphone for a minute? We'll give you a second to kind of tell us about what you got going.
Yeah, so I've actually been working with Sean for a while now. Can't remember when we started this, but we originally generated a couple of ideas. We met with him, and we originally talked about doing repairing the bridge, that had burned in the recent fire, but seeing that was that needed to be repaired as soon as possible, that was something that we couldn't quite do. So we talked about a couple other projects that I wasn't extremely excited about. So he said that he would try to come up with some more ideas for me, and we would as well. And so and then my father and I just remembered the outdoor fitness park that we had actually seen in Las Vegas. It's actually in a dog park, and we really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and we felt better, more invigorated after using it. And so then we brought it to Sean, and we considered some ideas and proposed some some kits that we could use, and so he said that he would talk to the mayor, and he did, and everybody liked the idea. So then we went back. I gathered some more information, and then presented it to Sean, who presented it to the mayor and the city planner again, and so then that brings us to now. So. And then if you look in your packets, it shows all the 6 different stations that will be in the outdoor fitness park. So it also explains the location of the park will be, I don't know if you know, along 600 West, there's the parking lot that's there to access the trail. Across from the parking lot, there's the old kayak park, and so it would be located along the trail, all 6 stations. So the 6 different stations, this is also in order that they would be in, starting from the trailhead, or starting from the access point, going towards Weber River Drive. First would be the step-up station, so it's has 2 different platforms and a handle that you use to. You've seen the exercises where you step up onto a platform. Helps with a lot of lower core and leg exercises. And then the second for different heighted people to do pull-ups on.